Guess what time it is?
Restraint time.
It's a Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, friends.
So there's a delay on that one.
Of course,
Is that
there's a
okay?
delay.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's the live broadcast.
That's the live.
This is
Nice.
monitoring.
I love how I see three versions of myself right now.
Right.
know,
Really,
right?
this is supposed to go like this so that we see chat here.
Yep.
But that's as big as chat gets, which is small, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But,
Yeah.
it's hard to see.
Chad's a little bit of a small guy.
Yeah, he's a small guy.
Chat's a small guy.
He has a big
So-
heart.
Small boy.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. It's episode 42. We have Restraint once
42.
again. Welcome in back. Thank you, audience.
Always 400.
How did it do
There you
the...
go.
Never mind. I'm so confused.
Technology. This is a podcast, a production podcast, a music production podcast,
Oh.
even an
Wow.
electronic music production
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh,
About
yeah.
audio.
Oh, yeah.
An audio file's dream,
Oh, yeah.
kind of.
Wet.
They're wet dreams.
It's pretty wet, though.
Oh.
Whether it's their dream or
Unless
not.
the
it's a
signal's
wet one.
dry.
Unless it's a really dry signal. But at the same time, it's in a room. Let's be honest.
Yeah. That's
It's
what
in a
we're
room.
here for. We're the wet signal. They're the dry. They just mix us into their daily
Look at that.
life.
We parallel together just nicely.
Mm-hmm.
The next
Sounds
thing you know,
dumb.
you got a great signal flow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the Producer Lounge.
Banger of an intro.
We fuck around and talk about music production sometimes. If you're watching this on YouTube, head over to Twitch /always400 official, and you can come join us every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah. Is there ever
Yeah.
a time that you guys do like listening sessions and like, oh, you got a sub?
Oh,
Heyo.
What up?
Oh, what's up,
generic
buddy?
welcome.
What up, Pixie?
You made it. Welcome,
You made
homie.
it. Welcome to the crew, my guy. Thanks for the follow.
Or girl?
Or girl. Yeah.
I say guy as referring to girl too. I call girls guys all the time. Like
Cool.
when you say "What's up, guys?" Super general.
Yep.
Gender
Yeah.
neutral.
That's how
Yeah.
it works.
I mean, before gender neutral was a thing.
Nice. 2:30 a.m. actually. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said
Yeah, perfect, man.
Mountain Standard.
Mountain
Just kick
Standard.
it. If you have any questions about music production
This is
throughout the
somebody from
podcast, you're welcome
far
to just
away.
shoot them out.
Yeah, throw them in chat.
2 a.m. Is it Britain? Are you in London?
East London. Maybe.
Are you in France?
In France.
I keep.
I bet it's
keep the English,
middle
keep
of
the
Europe.
British, yeah.
I bet it's middle of Europe.
Deutschland.
Ireland.
Oh.
Ah.
Very nice.
Oh, it's in
La, la.
Ireland. Oh,
My
Nice.
girlfriend's from
that's the
Ireland.
extent of it. That's true.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He can talk
Irish.
shit on you. We can't. That's the way
All
it
right,
is.
I'm gonna have my fucking. Got
Get
my
ready.
guns ready.
Get ready. Yeah.
Mm.
Start shooting.
They're loaded.
Shots will be fired.
Welcome to the show. We usually start out the week with a tip of the week, and that time is now.
Yep.
So tip
I got
of the week.
a good tip.
Oh, okay.
If you want, unless you guys,
You know what?
we could give two
No.
tips.
Yeah, we can have two tips.
That's true.
Yeah, go
That's true.
guest tip of the week, and then we'll do a little. I got a
yeah.
segue into other portions of the podcast.
Perfect.
Cool. My tip's about resonators.
Mm,
How often do all you guys use
Oh, yes.
resonators?
maybe twice.
Never.
These days, not as much. I had a phase where I would use it in like every track because I was trying to explore them.
So, really awesome thing. Resonators are a great tool that can be used to create hi-hats. It's really easy to make.
Expand.
Yeah, spamming resonators. I know the
I
feeling.
spam those.
Yeah, honestly though,
I
it's
know.
pretty sweet. If you take like a little bit of white noise or just some sort of transient, it could be all you can get creative with it. But honestly, like a good one if you want to try it out. It does cost money, but Tritic Moodle is a really interesting one. It lets you can specify how many voices it spits out and what kind of relationship, and you can have a very like tonal or very atonal. And if you do atonal, you can start shifting and filtering it down so that it literally starts to sound like really ringy cymbals, which honestly,
Oh.
it's a totally different approach to making hi-hats because normally everyone makes a hi-hat with like noise, and that's pretty much it, you know.
Right.
But this is a great way to get like very unique,
Like a tonal almost.
or atonal. Like I said, you have like a
Well,
spectrum,
atonal is still
MOODAL.
tonal.
VST.
What's up, Russ?
What up?
What
Thank
up,
you for
buddy?
being
Welcome
here.
to the party.
Our fucking
Yeah, that's the one. Spectral resonator. It's pretty dope.
resident Bitwig user.
And it does have it has a couple different modes. It's pretty crazy because you can actually draw like where it's gonna generate the like on those 3 bars on the left, or those sections on the left. You can actually draw where you want the voices to be generating, and like the middle one is how long, like what their decay time is. So you can have like mids decay really quickly and the highs stick around, or vice versa.
Oh, see, now that's
It's a
dope.
totally different
Yeah.
resonator that I've seen. And then the bottom one is the gain, like
Also-
just general. Like you could draw an EQ for it. So
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every other resonator I've messed with is just annoying because it's always just like, hey.
yeah. Usually they don't have a lot of
You're like-
settings,
Right.
but this one it really digs in, and I mean you can.
especially with like being able to decay things
Yeah,
precisely. I'm on board with that. Interesting. I feel like you could get some.
I see a
some
question.
cool
What does it
kick
say?
character.
FL. Say it again.
Seems useful, however. I use a MIDI resonator that comes stock with FL in Patcher.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you could still use it. I mean part of it. I mean,
Nope,
'cause
nope.
here's-
If you use
Yeah.
Moodle, you cannot use the MIDI resonator anymore.
So the
the
point.
rules.
You can only use one at a time.
Especially in FL.
So I mean one really cool thing with that, I would say actually if you're in FL, a Harmer it has some amazing
Yeah, that's true.
things.
Harmer
like
slaps.
try putting like white noise and then switching its spectral modes and stuff, and I bet you could totally synthesize really cool spectral hi-hats with that. Like I guarantee
yeah.
that. Yeah, Harmer's amazing.
In
Like,
my brain, you said that in the voice of Seamless.
hey guys,
anytime.
I'm seamless.
Anytime
Captain
it-
Harmer.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
It just like immediately went into his
You know
voice.
the one thing the one thing about Seamless, I really would love to see him expand past what he does. I feel like he's put himself a little bit
Like
in a box.
genre wise or
I don't know.
tutorial-wise?
He definitely had a lot of groundbreaking stuff in the tutorials he was doing when he started out, but he hasn't really like, I don't know, evolved
Right.
what he does.
Right.
And
I mean,
it's
it in my brain, yeah, because I also saw him kind of like disappear, at least from like my feed and such. I feel
he's still
feel
doing
like,
it.
I
He's still
feel
doing
like,
exactly what he used to be doing.
right, but I feel like he's also like he could be prepping for.
No, I think
something.
he's been working. I think he's actually had like some sick jobs.
I mean, he's
I think he's
what
been
I'm
doing like sound design type of jobs.
his YouTube still is popping.
Makes sense.
though.
Oh.
Like,
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
like it's still popping. It's just the same stuff though.
Shout out
Right.
Seamless.
Yeah, sound like don't get me
Legend.
wong,
Legend in the
still
game.
legend. I'm
Come-
just
Come on the pod, bro. Let's chit chat. Let's talk about Harmer. Let's go. Generic
yeah.
says, "Yeah, the Harmer noise filter is nice. I make pads out of them."
yep,
Oh.
they're great, honestly, and it's because of spectral. It's honestly it's not even just spectral. It's the additive engine in it. Like with additive synthesis within a synthesizer, you actually have the ability to control all the partials without fucking with the phase of the signal as you mess with filters,
Sure.
which is a really big part of it. I mean, that's why additive synthesizers are cleaner in the long run. You can like think about how when you make like in Serum, if you take a filter on a sound and you wobble it, you get that little bit of a pitch drift.
Right.
Don't get that in an additive engine.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's part of what makes it so nice.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well,
I like this.
Moodle.
Yeah.
Definitely going down the nerd
you
route.
know
today.
what?
Messed with resonators.
I know, just right off
You
the
know
bat, you're
what,
like, I got it,
guys?
boys.
Synthesize your
Send it.
hi-hats. That's the tip of the week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter how you do it. A fun way to do that also, which you taught me, is using an LFO in something like Serum or whatever, and just making a hi-hat pattern within the LFO and putting it on some white noise. And
Yep.
you can go and fiddle with the like shape of each individual one, and then you can get like more of a kind of natural and like vibey
Right.
kind of
right.
hi-hat thing. It's a fun way to do it. I'll do that every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, my problem with that is finding like the right noise. It always sounds so synthetic. Like if I'm making drum and bass, sure, it would work great. But like a lot of times I need a more
Totally.
sampled style texture for like a hi-hat.
That's honestly the cool thing about this Moodle thing, this trick with using that, like, or just using a resonator, you'll get these things that ring out like a hi-hat.
Right.
And you'll hear
for
that
sure.
like ding, kind of
you'll
like.
hear those.
And you can start to
Those
putting a
resonances.
little bit of chorus or something on it and keeping it mono and then treating it as if it was like one thing in a space after that is
Yeah.
it's like a really great way to make a fake it. And
Right.
what's cool with when you do that is now you have like an insane resolution because it's a generated thing as opposed to a sample.
True.
So you can do weird stuff like have it pitched up and pitched down and it like doesn't lose any quality anymore.
Right.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be nice to make like more organic hat patterns too, because we've all always talked about like changing the pitch on your hi-hat samples just to give it kind of more of a natural kind of tone. With this, you could like individually just kind of play with the harmonics or whatever, or the way it resonates on each hat.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then it's all in like a little batch, so it sounds like it's, like it is almost the same sound,
Right. It's all kind of being affected together.
Mm-hmm.
And all being
That's
thrown
very
through
cool.
the same processes.
Have you ever made snares with it or tried?
Haven't tried yet. No, I mean, like, I could totally see it being. I could see it being a good place for layering.
Could be a layer.
Yeah.
It could be a
right.
layer.
Yeah.
Like you could get some nice tones just to
Some good bonding.
put on top of it, but I probably wouldn't make it be like the key transient because that's just
Yeah.
you want it to be something really singular and solid and yeah, like resonator. Just too many things going on for that.
Right,
Yeah, it makes
especially for
sense.
the snappy nature of snares.
One thing that is fun to do is to like I've been using a lot of different plugins that have sidechain capabilities, specifically gates, and I've been basically just transferring dynamics between. I've been like lay down a drum beat and then use that drum beat to make the rest of the elements of the song, so that everything is kind of generative from it.
Right.
That's something I've been doing a lot.
Oh, that's super fun. Yeah, drums are really nice for making all sorts of sounds too. Slowing it down
Totally.
all crazy.
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
Smashing it and smashing it and then stretching it all crazy.
And then sucking it
Make
down
it go
with a
really
compressor,
fast.
Get it all pumpy and weird for no reason.
One thing I really love to do, if you ever are like lost with a melody that you want to write out, and you got a drum beat that's really sick that you love, and you just have no idea what melody to do, just throw the whole drum beat into a distortion unit and start crushing the hell out of it. And then at some point you'll start to hear tones. And it'll just like literally, you'll start to, you close your eyes and you start to hear a melody coming out of the drums as you destroy them.
You just described like my wet dreams.
This is the most
These are
rock thing
These
I've
are
ever
dreams
heard.
that I have when I'm in bed, and I'm just like, oh yes, just distort
Like,
the drums
just
more,
keep pushing it.
and then it starts to sing, and I'm
And
like,
then it starts, yeah. And then what's cool is like you get that melody, and then you remove all your distortion, like you got your dope
Sure.
drum beat, but then you write that melody, and at the end of the day, it's harmonically perfect with the drums because that's what
right.
is actually at the core
That's
of
what
those
the drums
drums.
wanted.
That's what the drums are speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Distortion makes drums speak.
Yeah,
That's the quote of the day.
Yep.
exactly.
Distortion makes drum speak.
Here, I'll write it in chat.
Oh, good. Yeah. Nailed it.
There you guys go. Now
Yeah.
it's written. Now it's ingrained on the internet forever.
Let's go.
Dope. Now, who else had a? Did you have a trick? Did you have a trick?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a tip.
Yeah.
It's not
Tip,
a trick.
tip.
We don't want to mislead people.
Mm.
We don't want to mislead our
Yeah,
audience.
it's a little tip.
Yeah.
See how it feels.
Just a tip.
just
Yeah.
A tip.
as I
Just
say.
a tip.
justice tip.
Uh,
The tip of justice.
Yeah.
AOTTs on the drum bus.
Oh, the octagon. That dude watches Eliminate. Let's go.
The octagon.
Yeah, that's what he calls it. You put ATTs on it, just blow it out of proportion.
TTs.
Eight
Eight
OTTs.
OTTs.
Yeah, and he calls it the octagon.
That's
and now it's just like a running meme on
hilarious.
his channel. Yeah, where everyone's just like, drop the octagon. Yeah, it's so good.
Okay, tip of the week. So there's sometimes if you are a grinder and you really are trying to go again for like a certain style or whatever, you could get burnt out as fuck trying to just make the next big best thing in whatever genre that you're working in.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's like a good little check.
Oh my god. My poor little eardrums just got flavor blasted.
Keep going. Sorry.
It's a good little trick to reset your focus on something else. Go look at a little bit different style. Maybe you think that it will give you some like good things that you could then take and use somewhere else, and spend a chunk of time on it. Like actually like dig in and see if you can get good at just a slight, like a different kind of angle, whatever it is.
Right.
Caleb and I at one point did it. We made a whole bunch of lo-fi shit.
Yep. For like an entire year.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was massively helpful because it taught us a lot about songwriting and structure and how to move energy differently.
And like freedom mixing. Like
Yeah.
it's lo-fi, so there's no mix standard.
Yeah.
Like
Right, true.
You kind of just fuck it up till it sounds cool,
Yeah.
and make sure it's at least like -10 so you can hear it on a phone.
Yeah.
That's like basically what you're looking for.
Yeah. Just like a groovy beat and groove.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it teaches
and
you a lot about
hookage.
groove. Yeah,
Yeah. You're doing a lot of that.
and like if you get pretty deep into it, you start like chopping samples, and then that just kind of opens up an entire different way of coming up with ideas. You know, like
Right.
you don't always
Yeah.
have to use said samples. For example, we would then make our own lo-fi beats and then sample those lo-fi beats into something else, you know? But now that you've practiced with a bunch of other sample chopping and that kind of like headspace, you know, you have another tool in the toolbox now when you
Yep.
like
Yeah.
want to make a beat or work on a track.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I honestly, I feel like if you're going to be a dope artist in the long run, which hopefully that's your goal, that's like the coolest way to do it. Like the clout's not all that great. I'm sure it's lovely.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can't actually speak to it, but what would be very dope is to have like actual like a craft that you have like built up, you know, so you can, the more things you fuck around with, you're going to learn all sorts of new things, and it's going to let you do more in the long run.
Right. You become a more
Useful.
well-rounded
Yeah.
artist.
Oh yeah.
Also, what's up, Hoopla?
What's up, Hoopla?
Welcome
Oh
to the
shit!
show.
Hoopla made it.
Hell yeah.
What's up, buddy?
What up?
Welcome to the party, pal.
Total side note, but he just sent his mix in to that tipper contest, and it
fuck
was
yeah.
fire.
Oh, spoilers.
So everyone
sheesh.
go vote Hoopla because that shit was sick.
Fucking- I haven't seen it yet, bro. Spoilers, dog. Well, dope. Yeah, that is key. Being able to like segue your brain away from like the target, but not like totally off path. Like you're not like, oh, I'm going to learn welding. Like you're
Right,
like, it's
right.
still everything. Like you're still using all the exact same skills and shit. But now you're like, all right, let me listen to like some Wu-Tang or something, and then like start trying to figure out how to make a beat like that instead of making dubstep. You
Yeah.
know?
Right.
Because it'll probably inform the dubstep. Because I know even just writing lo-fi informed house
Yep.
somehow.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I
Totally.
assume it can basically inform most things.
I would specifically say, actually try to make the shit. Like,
Right.
Don't try and throw like you're gonna have your own spin on it. Period. But don't like you don't need to make everything like your spin. You know, try to actually make some lo-fi, like
Or make
or
some
whatever
house.
the thing is. Your
like,
house
try-
music. Like
Yeah, just segue
go
away
and
from your
look at what
main
house
thing.
music is, and try to make those elements and make all the things and make it do what the other people make it do, and just see if you can make it do.
It's such a good
You know?
exercise.
Make it do.
And it might feel like you're like that's a waste of time because it sidetracks me away from my goal, and I'm trying to be a dubstep artist tomorrow. Like,
Right.
I get it, but if you take 6 months to a year to make like house music or to make future wave pop or whatever the
Drum
fuck.
and bass.
Yeah, drum and bass, but you like spend, a dedicated amount of time trying to figure it out. You make like 30 tracks, 20 of them suck, 10 are okay. The next one will be cool, and you're like, oh, sick, I've kind of figured it out. Like, this kind of works in this genre. Like, it matches other songs. Then fucking move back to your dubstep and see what happens.
Yeah. Or maybe you'll be interested in something else all of a sudden.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah, but I feel like it's good to be, an artist who can make multiple things.
That's entirely, like I was telling you the other day, like that's totally what I want to do is make like either like 2 EPs or turn them into like a combined joint album, and basically write the first half, which is going to be all down tempo, trip hop, just chill, not even trying to be too experimental, just very traditional.
Yeah,
Vibey, something that you'd hear in the background of like YouTube, and then redo all those songs in like a very different perspective.
Yeah,
pretty much
Oh.
You go from like a YouTube background song to a
something
club.
I'd be able to put on a dance floor.
Right,
exactly.
right, 100%.
Yeah.
Right, that would be a killer
And
exercise.
what's cool is you'd have all the samples to basically
Right.
remix. You'd have song structure potentially. You'd have melodies already written.
Yeah, like you could go about it in like a couple different ways. You could
Yep.
either remix all those songs, you could like redo them completely just with better sound design and all
Bigger,
that kind of
beefier
stuff.
sounds. Yep.
Or you can just like sample it. So you make, entirely new songs, but it's using all these old elements.
I'm actually gonna get them pressed to a vinyl, and then I'm gonna get them
All right,
ordered out,
Derek.
and then I'm gonna
this is
sample
so-
them.
Let's go.
Pretty lights alert.
Yeah.
Pretty lights alert.
And then I will play it and record it to tape.
And I'll well,
Right.
actually no, I'm gonna
And
record
then-
it to my phone with the phone microphone.
And then we're going to record the phone playing it on an old Panasonic
In a hallway.
VHS recorder.
Yes.
In
And then we're
a
going to
hallway.
slow it down
Yep.
by 40%, and then
least.
Get it mastered.
re-record it and get it mastered.
on an 1176. So we get that warmth.
That'd be a
Send it in
Send
to
it in to
somebody
get mastered by
get
like
mastered.
Bobcats.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like, what is this?
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
What
great.
is this?
Oh.
Like, just trust
See,
the process, Bob.
Everybody, this is what art is.
Yeah.
Is what we just explained.
Preach
Exactly.
it.
2007
You know?
iPod microphone.
Yeah. The iPod Mini.
Yes.
Like the little
good
one.
Lord.
The, like one where the screen is like, for some reason, just the top third.
Yeah.
You know?
For any of you youngins out there, if you guys haven't seen it, go on YouTube. And honestly, you should just make us watch this video. You down? We should watch the
Is it
video.
fast?
It's not long. It's
Okay.
like maybe a minute, and it's basically
So
Noise's. It's Noise's secret
I
ultra
love this video.
bass machine. It's their secret to all their music, guys. You should
What?
absolutely watch this. Yeah. So Noise secret
We're breaking it
bass
open
bass
with this video that
secret
is already
bass.
on the internet.
Just type that secret. Nope.
I can't fucking type right now.
Yep,
Secret
you got this.
bass.
Bass. Yeah.
Don't worry,
Secret to
folks.
Noisia Bass is part 1, and this is
Don't worry,
from
folks,
Noisia
we're getting there.
themselves.
Yeah, I forgot about this shit.
This shit, it's honestly, there's some truth here. Yeah. So there's like Nick.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
got hair.
this one.
This is Noisia, and this is our special super mega
Oh, I forgot.
cyber
about this
baseline
completely.
secret 2000 Mark III.
And we pan over to Tice, and they gotta. So pause it really quick because we got to describe this for anyone who's listening and not watching.
So,
Yes.
so there's a very large woman bent over.
Wow, this is stupid mental. Right.
She's got the microphone on her ass.
So basically, what we're actually looking at is, and we'll listen to it here in a second, but it's an old shitty boombox speaker from one of those like Sony things you might find in like a Walmart,
Looks
right?
ancient.
So go ahead and hit play, and we'll watch what they're doing.
Is that something taped to the speaker?
Yeah,
John?
I'm pretty sure they put like toilet paper on the front of it.
The original noise base.
Yeah, yeah. And then look what he's about to do. What's in his hand?
Comb filtering.
Yeah. He's
Or-
making a comb filter with
or-
a cup.
Yeah, he's putting
It's
a cup over the
It's
speaker.
cup filtering, actually.
Cup
And
filtering,
They
yes.
have a microphone literally just right up against the speaker.
Yeah.
And then there's a piece of paper on the speaker, and he's just moving the cup back and forth to get it to move around. The first corpus, right.
It
So all
his
it needs is
OTT.
OTT.
To be
right.
honest, they probably would say yes.
Right.
Just like,
What a bunch of goddamn legends.
Strag.
strag.
Whatever that means.
It probably means thanks. I don't know.
Or like,
What's
fuck
the-
yeah.
Strag. Anybody
City
know
they
what that
live
means?
in.
Abspatten grind.
I thought it was Groningen.
Groningen.
Yeah, Groningen. It's
Yeah.
like the most Dutch
That's the town. Yeah,
town
yeah.
ever. Groningen. We're gonna play drum and bass in Groningen or whatever the fuck.
So there's,
Oh my god.
and there's also
Great.
Rotterdam.
Yep.
Obviously Amsterdam, but
Wow, I'm enlightened.
Dude,
100%.
same.
honestly though, here's the thing. Homework for everyone. Literally try that.
Yep.
You should just go try it.
You
And
could-
honestly, if you have a really just a piece of shit
Right.
speaker system, you could take a knife and stab the shit out of it
Dude,
Right.
yeah.
and then record whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it
Yeah.
makes. Like that's a great way to get real sounds like that you could totally resample.
That's like raw distortion.
Yes.
It's like
That's-
actual
that's what
physicalized distortion.
that's what
happening.
like bands back in the 60s used to do with their cabinets. They literally would just take a knife or scissors and like cut slits into their cabinets so they would distort. And that was like an early form of just doing it.
Right. And
Yeah,
you
wasn't
could
that
even
like one of the first forms of distortion that
Yeah.
anyone ever did?
Yeah.
It's literally just fucking up their
Yeah,
speaker.
Right.
That's one of them.
How
I mean,
fucking punk
Also-
is that?
also just shitty equipment.
So
and
sick.
just
Yeah.
shitty
Yeah.
preamps they fucking boost and it fucking blows the speaker and now the speaker is just clipping everything.
Yep.
It's perma.
And you can do this with like your phone
Right,
speaker.
right.
You can do
just
this-
record the speaker happening with
Yeah.
your phone. Like
Yeah.
you don't need a crazy microphone. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, you really don't have to spend that much
If
money.
you use a
tonight.
nice microphone, it could be cool.
Sure.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
you get a full.
It would be
spectrum sound.
nice.
But
for
on-
sure.
But you don't need it.
On that
Absolutely.
note, that goes into another thing that we did back in the day. Excuse me. Was we had a snare that had a blown out head, and so you just start whacking that shit. And the snare all of a sudden has like a cool tone. It's got a
That's
little
right.
flappy at the end, like free weird snare.
Free weird snare.
Like,
Yep.
that, like
Your
always
own.
keep the broken shit.
Yeah, and if you could record it with a stereo pair of microphones for a room sound, and just get a nice da with a mic right on it, and then a stereo, then you're really talking.
Right,
You get
right.
like that room with it.
Well, that's
Oh.
like nerd level shit, which is what we do here on the Producer Lounge. But we understand if you're working on headphones on a laptop, like
Ooh,
it's
squishy
okay to
sounds.
go to the thrift store, find a pair of shitty speakers, and
yeah.
start fucking around. Like I'm telling you, it's worth the $6 you'll spend on the stereo.
It's also worth the money on the interface and the microphones.
What am I looking at?
Buy those things.
Generic says, "Okay, well, time to spend some money."
Yeah, he was. Yeah, we covered that. Though.
Oh wow, I totally missed that one.
I think strag means straight, and that's probably them being like fire,
Straight up.
like straight up.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
just straight.
Yeah.
Strag.
Yeah,
Drag.
If
I like,
anyone's,
I like
if anyone's,
slow though.
yeah, but strag with 2 A's is slowly.
Yeah, I
don't
feel
think
like
it was
straight.
that.
Yeah, straight
I think
makes more
straight.
sense. Yeah.
If anyone's Dutch out there
Slowly.
knows, help us.
And
Honestly,
what's the
that's my new
difference-
hype word. So
What's
Slowly.
the difference?
slowly.
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 What's the difference in pronunciation to what the 1A and the 2A?
I don't know.
Is it
Google doesn't tell me.
strog with
Strog.
1A and strag with 2 or like
Strag.
I don't know.
like there's all sorts of shit like that in
Strag,
German.
strag is straw.
At the end, he's just like straw.
Straw.
We made a straw bass.
Fucking so stupid.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a
So funny.
definitely a little bit of a history lesson there. Classic. Those guys were some of the first. I think
Right.
the other one of the firsts were Calix and TB. They would be doing something a little different instead
Yeah.
of using physical recorded things like that. They'd be running all their outboard gear or their gear into like outboard stomp boxes and
Yep,
like
yep,
distortion pedals and stuff. And they'd be doing nice catch. They'd be doing that, just they'd have to resample all that stuff. But at the end of the day, like this shows the like how creative
Right,
the
that's
people at the
2010 or
beginning
something,
had to
2008.
It was like
crazy
2008,
old.
2007,
Yeah.
even before that.
I
Yeah,
guess I shouldn't try and grab my drink.
I know.
yeah, I
right?
know. It's cursed.
I'm gonna knock it over now.
Back when I was in high school, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that those dudes were just recording speakers
Totally.
with toilet
Yeah.
paper on it when I was fucking dicking around.
I know,
Right.
right?
It's great.
Yep.
I love
Yeah.
it. Love to see it.
Yeah, when did that
Yeah.
video come out? Like 2003 or something?
I think it was probably around then.
Some of the best
So
little
sick.
juice you get from like recording something is the like just noise and the noise
Oh.
floor
Mm-hmm.
that you get out of it.
100%.
Like I regularly have to add noise to my tracks just so it feels like normal and it doesn't feel like this like sterile like weird environment.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta like just stick a bunch of noise in there. That will work every time, by the way.
That's a pretty massive
It's amazing.
small tip.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
that-
one that you learn from
Noise
making
floor.
lo-fi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Tie
It is
back
one.
around.
Yep. That is true. Because before that, everything was so sterile. You're trying to make shit
Yeah.
clean and loud, and you're like, why doesn't it sound right? Why doesn't it sound like it has character? Where's the juiciness of the track? Like, it's all there. It's punchy. It's got the melody. It's got all the cool sounds. But it's like,
Yeah.
it feels
Hollow.
hollow.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not filled. Like, there's no filling in there.
Yeah.
Where you add just a little bit of that's getting side
Totally.
chained and getting pumped around. All
And
of a
play
sudden,
with
it
it.
sounds amazing.
Yeah, totally. And play with it, do different things.
Right, do a bunch of different
Use
stuff.
a crowd.
That's why.
Yep.
That's why I
crowd
like.
noise or do stereo
Or waves.
noise.
That's why putting like really small amounts of reverb on a lot of things at a super low volume basically does the same thing. You're adding just like a tiny little bit of noise floor constantly.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is really nice for the speakers. They like not returning to zero. They like moving.
What up?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ill.
Oshi.
ill tardy Jackie.
Oh, illiterate
Illiterate.
Jackie.
Illiterate.
You made it, buddy.
Wow,
Nice.
I am illiterate.
No, it's actually spelled like ill-taret.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
Ill
okay.
Tarot.
Yeah. And
Thanks
it's
for
kind
the-
of like a
thanks
little
for the
joke because
prime, my
illiterate,
guy.
ill-taret.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks for giving us your prime.
What up?
Yeah, shout out Jackie. This is the
Thanks,
fucking
dog.
That's
main
what's
man
up.
on Twitch.
Damn.
Legend over here.
Oh shit!
Fuck
Preach,
yeah.
preach.
Preach.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, I love you too.
Why don't you
Thanks, buddy.
marry him?
Oh.
You could though.
Always
Not opposed.
400.
You gotta flex the buttons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we have him there for a reason.
I will say though that there is a time and place to just have complete silence in your track. I feel like that can create like a really cool
Sure.
effect sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
When used sparsely and used like very intentionally, it can be really cool.
But I feel like
Totally.
you could still have noise in complete.
You could.
Quiet.
Yeah, you
Like,
could
it's
even
still
add a
kind of-
little floor
it's
there if
just
you
a-
wanted to.
You know, it's just the fuzz of like the preamp, basically, or whatever
Sure.
in the
Right.
background. Like it's still silent compared to everything else that happens next or before it. But that little bit of floor just helps the whole track.
Yeah, I like to do a certain noise, and then for like a main section, change the noise.
Huge.
Yeah, because you'll just
That's the next
you'll
level
be
up.
atmosphere, and it literally just makes it sound like it's a whole different place almost.
Right.
Even
Yeah.
if it's kind of doing a similar
And
thing.
it's super like you don't notice it. You're just like, oh, it's something's different about this section. It's not the chords and it's not the drums. Like the whole
Yep.
kind of thing shifts without you noticing, and it helps like push the song forward, which is what you want. You want people to listen.
What's fun is you can throw. I don't know how often you guys use convolvers, but that's another big tool.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
Yep.
If you guys haven't talked about much of those,
So we have.
good.
Yeah, they love them.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, like shout out,
yeah, that's a staple here.
shout out to like the Kilohertz
Yeah.
Kilohertz,
convolver.
just
Oh my
gonna
god,
bless.
it's so great.
Oh my god, killer
Yeah,
hearts.
it's definitely great. I saw some
Kilohertz,
people throwing
$10 a month.
some statements. Open
Worth.
up Serum, made a bongo. Hell
Dude,
yes,
making
Fuck yeah.
bongos. I love it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
that's pretty great.
Yeah, Russ, you said something about Disney World crowd noise. That's
No.
fucking sick.
That's awesome. Yeah. Like honestly, sampling is a great great way to just collect little bits and pieces for yourself. That
I actually have the hardware version of this.
you have the hardware version of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
It's up
this
there.
little tiny-
It's up there. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
it's
Nice.
super
pretty
cute.
slick.
It's
Yeah,
super cute.
The knobs actually are pretty nice.
The screen is not touch though, which is a bummer.
It looks really small,
yeah,
but it's
true.
actually like this.
It's
big.
actually it's a refrigerator door, is what it is.
It's like 250 pounds for no reason.
Yeah, you turn the knobs. You're like,
I love. I don't know. Have you guys ever watched?
gotta get the right. Come on.
Do you guys? Does anybody?
door.
Does anybody ever watch White Sea Studios videos?
Yes,
No.
They're great.
The snake oil.
Yeah, he's got the
Yeah.
snake oil videos. He always makes fun of companies that have like 3D renderings
Yeah.
of the plugin.
I
He's
love
like,
that he
"Oh,
does
it's
that.
got these nice screws here. I guess that's cool."
I think I have seen that guy. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, definitely check him out. If you, I'm sure you guys have probably at least seen one or two if you've ever tried to Google about like whether you like a plugin.
Right. Yeah.
know.
He does a snake oil on everything.
Yeah, he's
I
definitely.
have seen this guy.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
great.
He's like
Dutch guy.
Yeah, Dutch. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, he's Northern European of
It's
some
a good
kind.
brand.
Yeah.
Killed it on
And-
that. Is it snake oil?
And he like will shit on shit, which is
Oh, yeah.
good. You
Good.
like
He'll be true.
Oh, he's real about
yeah,
it.
you love
Good.
to see him shit on shit and be like,
Yeah.
no.
Thank God for people like that.
Right, because then you can actually take the good advice and be like, I trust it.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
how it's
Whenever
done.
you see him actually like become wide-eyed, you believe him.
right.
Because it's yeah. He like and he is. You can tell his approach to plugins that he appreciates. He doesn't really give a shit about analog modeled whatever. Like he's like it's cool if it sounds like it's analog or good, but really what he's after we live in a world of digital of a digital revolution. We should be using tools that feel like that and not things that feel like the 80s.
Speaking of which, Kilohertz.
Kilohertz, yeah.
Folks, I cannot talk enough good about these plugins. You can subscribe for $10 a month and get them all.
We're
Yeah.
not, are we
We are sponsored by Kilohertz.
As of right now,
We
you're sponsored.
We would
Sponsor
like
us.
to
Send
be
us money now.
sponsored by Kilohertz.
Yeah, but no joke. Like I don't even
They
have to be
are
sponsored
legit. Yeah,
to
they
say
know.
that this is some of the best $10 a month I spend.
Yep.
Like it is. I use them like every fucking day. They're so legit.
honestly, this is a great segue into another company that makes plugins.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys heard of Melda?
Oh,
Melda plugins,
Melda.
Melda
Weird.
production.
I have. I also use those every single
Yeah,
day.
they're pretty great. On the same
Very
note of
smooth
interface, they're actually shitty like interfaces.
Oh,
for
the
what
interfaces
they're
are
yeah.
terrible. They look.
The funny,
Awful.
the use of it usually
don't
will
think they look
drive
that
you
bad.
away. Well,
Everybody
I mean,
says that. I think they look
it's-
fine.
it looks fine, but when you're like using it every day, it doesn't. I mean, it just takes a little bit of time to get used to. You know.
Yeah. It's definitely not the most magical and like wow, this looks like so much fun to use kind of plugin
Well-
by any means. But like most plugins don't,
Sure.
I mean, there's certain plugins that do.
Sure.
Like for
Manipulators,
example, Pro
fucking cool.
Q3 is a perfect EQ.
That one looks
Like
great.
it is easy to use. It's the quickest thing. It
It's
shows you everything
super
you need.
UI fun. It's
Yeah.
responsive.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot to be said about
Freak
it.
Show Industries. They have the best fucking plugins
They're
I've
the
ever seen in my
I
life.
hate their plugins.
No, they're
dude.
so
Really?
good.
I hate
they're
their
so
plugins.
sick.
Fuck with them.
I
They're so
hate
much
it.
fun.
I
What do you
don't
hate
thi-
about them?
Because they're like. I mean, I
It's
get.
the opposite spectrum.
I get it. It's
Yeah.
opposite. It's fun. It's like a meme.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
honestly,
you're,
it's
you're
the
not
worst
supposed
thing.
to know what
No,
you're
they
doing.
sound great.
I don't think they sound very good. Like that's
No?
my opinion. Like I just don't like them. I
Hmm.
found so many other tools that sound better than what they do, and it's not a
Love
plugin
it.
that I reach for when it comes to like wanting to tickle a certain level of creativity. You know,
I use it when I have no idea what to do. And
I got
just,
like 100 more plugins I could tell you to
I
pull
just
out.
throw like dumpster fire on the master, and I'm like, let's start recording.
Fuck yeah.
And it makes
Yeah,
some pretty cool
I
sounds.
do like throwing one of those on a mud pie that I'm working on, and then throwing randoms on every single
Yep.
knob, so it just is like going
all
fucking
over
crazy.
the place. Yeah.
yeah, Rift.
A little bit of pitching.
Rift is tight.
Rift is tight.
Rift
Yeah, we
is
got some
super
people
tight.
saying some stuff. We got Rift. Rift is sick.
Portal's dope.
In case anyone didn't know, Rift is owned. You know, it comes from the company called Minimal Audio. It was actually owned. It's been created by Mamukshu and Sixus. So if you guys,
Oh, Sixes
Name
is
dropping.
cool.
yeah, if you don't know their music, go check
Shout
them
out.
out. They're really dope.
Yeah, they are dope.
Because of like, I mean, and honestly, like, I think they both helped make Portal. So like,
Weird.
yeah, they used to work for Output, and pretty much their story was they decided to go do their own thing. So like big ups to those guys, Jake. Yeah, they're awesome.
Rift is definitely dope. I use that
Rift
thing a
is
lot.
sick. It's got the. Have you used the feedback module?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah, it's
that was
sick.
designed by Frequent for the most part. Like he definitely gave.
Oh, cool.
It was his idea, in a lot of ways. Yeah. Schwex I think was a part of it as well. Yeah. I don't know who did
what I
what,
felt.
but definitely it was the three of those guys. And then I know that they got a ton of consulting, obviously from a lot of different producers, but Mr. Bill and Frequent were big parts of that. Yeah, I'm looking here. Like, what else we got? All right, you're going
Throw
to
'em
bed.
out.
Get out of here, Pixel.
All right, generic.
We love you.
We love you.
Oh,
It's true.
thanks for stopping by, homie.
Yes.
Yep, and
Yeah.
thanks for the
Good
follow.
night. Sweet
Appreciate
dreams.
Yep. Next time, show us the gold at the end of the rainbow,
Yeah.
and
Have some nice producer
we'll
wet
get,
dreams.
We'll get some 4-leaf clovers for you, and
Won't we?
mashed potatoes or some shit.
Yep.
It's
Cool.
fine.
Canceled.
So yeah, some really
do it.
interesting plugins though. That
Yeah, we
are
gotta
from
start it
Melda. I was gonna say some interesting plugins from Melda you might want to check out. There's this one called M Free, and these are, I think these two are gonna be in the actual free pack. There's one called M Freeform Phase, all one word. It's kind of a gross name, but what you can actually do
Freeform phase.
if you just
It's an Olympic
if you
actually. sport.
YouTube freeform phase adjustment. Exactly.
It's the sport of phase and the category of freeform.
You don't. Well, yeah. There's a tutorial. We don't have to watch it here,
No, it's
but freeform. You have to put the M in front.
I guess you're right.
M freeform phase. No, one word. Still
I'm pretty sure I could pick it up, John. Just kidding.
that one. So that exact video. If you guys watch
Is
that,
it
you should
that?
drop it in the chat. That's yeah. So that it's actually not either of those. That's an analyzer, and he's got.
Oh, but that's the video?
Yeah, that's the video, though. This is the video. The big thing about this, he basically designs a disperser, is what he's showing you that you can do with this plugin, and it's
There
sick.
you go, folks.
You should try it out. It's definitely, and what's cool is you can get way more than a traditional disperser out of it. You can get so what a disperser is, if you guys don't know, it's pretty much an all-pass filter that has some macro knobs on it.
Sure.
And what it does to what an all-pass filter is, it's a filter that just allows you to adjust the phase of a signal, but still allows all the frequencies through it. And you can see as he's turning the knobs and kind of analyzing that plugin, which also is by Kilohertz, you can see these little wrappings happen. And that's not audio. It's not the actual audio amplitude that you're seeing. That's the phase of the signal being adjusted.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and what it does to the sound, if you were to hear what he's doing, it makes a very bubbly. It just makes it causes different parts of the frequency spectrum to basically come later. And that's why you hear zippy kind of sounds, because you're making the highs come in after the rest of it. And it all
Right.
it starts to just make some really interesting tones, and it's interesting to use on, especially once you multiply its effects by 100. So the crazy thing about it is that's exactly what M Freeform Phase can do. If you skip maybe about halfway through this video, you can see some of the plugin and what he's doing. That's it right there on the bottom left. You can actually draw shapes into it, and what's cool is you can actually set it to in that very middle.
Oh, freeform phase.
M Freeform Phase. This is a free plugin.
I'm with the name, honestly.
Yeah.
For
So in the very center of that plugin, you can actually see there's a little dot that he can actually draw. He can drag that up and down, and that'll create more or less saw waves. See?
Right.
So you don't even have to draw the saw waves out. You can just put a shit ton, and look what it's doing to the phase on the right. It's making a ton of them.
Wild.
So that's. I know you
Cool.
can't really hear it right now because it actually Go ahead and let's listen.
Difference
a little bit.
here is that
Skip forward a little.
Yeah, we gotta wait till he puts a signal through.
There you go. He's probably gonna talk a lot. Just wait. Here it comes. He's gonna.
right. So this is what disperser does.
That-
You can see on the oscilloscope that it makes the tail longer.
So that he's testing out disperser with it.
And if we compare it
It's a
to
delay thing.
Melda,
The fuck?
you can see it adds pre-ringing. So maybe this isn't as great on.
So
Can we just take a moment to
Yeah.
acknowledge how much of a basement dweller this guy is?
Look,
I didn't even notice that.
You'll love to see it.
you do love to see it. Also, for all we know, it could be bright as fuck in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know those
the
times when you
worst
throw your
camera
camera on
exposure.
and you're like, how is it so dark on the camera? Right?
Right,
It's perfectly light in here.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, part of it's probably he just doesn't set up like lighting.
Right.
Like that's literally
Yeah.
half of the issue. Is
Yeah.
I've seen so many YouTubers like and Twitch streamers' setup, and you're like, holy shit, they're sitting in front of a wall of light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like it looks normal to the viewer with like the amount of
But-
light. Like right now we look like we're just chilling in a room, right? But there's actually like how many lights are above us right now?
So many lights.
No, none. We have none. Dude.
Yeah,
This is a normally
we're
lit
in
room.
a room.
You're right. There's like a
actually.
blue.
See?
There's like two blue ones
There's a
behind us.
TV
Right?
over there. Yeah, there's two blue ones over there.
It's
There's
not. It's not. Damn, I can't. Fuck
There's
with it.
nothing here. This is air, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. And over there is a neon sign.
I'm gonna break the fourth wall.
No, yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh shit!
6 lights.
Breaking the
I love
fourth
that
wall
it's
right
just
now.
black.
I know. It just turns black.
It's the nether. Don't upset the demons in there. Right? Jesus.
So yeah, sorry for that distraction.
No. That's totally.
Take some work to get your shit looking like decent. Actually,
It's
kind of
of
annoying.
a pain in the ass
Yeah.
to get the studio set up.
It also is a good time.
It's
Oh
super
yeah,
fun.
it's fun.
It's
super
super fun.
and it feels
Yeah.
gratifying.
Yeah,
and
it's
you have
hella
high
fun.
quality shit in the age of everything being high quality.
Yeah, everything's
That's right,
super
Gotta be with it.
accessible to people. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
you
not
just
hard to
need-
get shit. Yeah,
Shed
but not
that.
a lot. Like
No,
you can.
you don't.
Yeah,
can
we
honestly
set
get
this
so
whole thing up
far.
for not much.
I mean, yeah.
Besides like the electronic part of it.
no green T-shirts.
Or like
so
computer
We should.
parts and TV
in the original iteration of this podcast,
microphones.
I was sitting at the consoles, separate from the other two hosts you have over
True.
here.
Oh,
and I would.
yeah.
So if you go to the YouTube, you go to YouTube and search Always 400 Official, and then go back to like episodes 1 through 11 or something.
Yeah.
You'll see me in front of them as just a head, because I would always wear a
Floating
green
head.
shirt, and I would just be floating in front of them as they were on the couch chilling and talking with our guests.
Yeah, we had it set up in an actual room,
Yeah.
and
So
we're
you-
using it. But
this
is way
better.
better.
Look at how
But-
far we've come.
Yeah,
You can go check out those episodes. They're still packed with fun little bits.
Yeah.
And you can laugh at my floating head.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
a hell of a good time. I mean, you can tell this beer right here is green. It doesn't exist.
I can't really see it.
Fairly.
That's
There's a
funny.
little bit
It's
of
like
reflections.
it's a ghost beer.
So what's
the
another?
ghost beer.
So yeah,
What's
some other
another
plugins.
What's
Other
another
plugins.
good one from Melda?
Yeah. So M Dynamic EQ sounds boring. Actually has some hidden like little features in it that are pretty cool. Like it's got a comb filter stuff. It also has just some really interesting settings on the back end. Like if you go
Is it
into
auto dynamic?
no M Dynamic EQ, that one right there. It's free as well. I think nope, maybe not. I thought it was.
What does that say? 800?
84.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the?
I actually I
in the world.
I do think that one actually might be free as well, and it just like if you want to get rid of the advertisement, I think it comes with the.
Oh yeah.
It's
the
one of those, I
little-
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It might not be, but either way, it does have some very interesting. It looks like boring, to be
It
honest.
looks
and
like
it's-
dog shit, like all that. But the thing I like about Melda is, since I've been using them, like you quickly see the quality of them.
Yeah, like exactly.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
Like,
what
the
comes
coding
out
is
is great.
So good.
It honestly,
That I don't. It's a utility. They're utility plugins that I'm like, I'm glad there's no flashy shit because I can kind of drag it off to the side. I know exactly what I'm looking
and
at.
usually their ranges are they go to like over 9,000
Oh, it's
compared to
exceptional.
everything. Like
yeah.
the cool thing that I found with this plugin, it has really weird settings. Like at the top right, look at how it has a saturation and an analog setting, right?
Yeah.
The saturation it works as you would expect a saturation knob on any plugin to work, but the analog knob, I don't know what the fuck that knob does, but it makes it almost like inverts the entire signal. It does like a really weird thing when you use it.
Really?
Like you draw a shape and you start turning the knob and everything starts like shifting. in a really weird direction, and like all of your low end will just.
I wonder if it like tries to match between an analog
I don't know.
EQ shape, and it's like
I don't know, but it's
putting
really
it-
fun to touch.
Sure. What I also noticed is this global smoothness looks pretty dope. This slider here.
Yeah,
I
so you can make it
assume-
more averaged.
Right. I
Yeah.
assume you can average out all your points and kind of.
And
That's kind of cool.
now the actual settings that I think are really worth talking about are actually they're not visible right now. You have to like right click or like double click on something. I don't know if it's gonna. The one problem with their fucking images is they just show the same skin, just with or the same plugin with the exact same settings, and they just change the skin on it, and you're like, cool. I guess I can have pink.
Hey,
Dope.
I like pink. Okay.
Cool. Cool.
doesn't?
Cool. So yeah,
Cool.
that's a really cool plugin. It has a setting like on the inside that you can choose to shift things by like with like a weird comb. Like I don't know what it just does something really weird. Yeah, and it's way easier if I could show you, but basically it's got even ways that you can like choose what harmonics it affects. Which is really interesting. The fact that you can say like
odd or even or something like that, or what?
no, like specifically first,
F.
second,
Oh,
third,
okay.
fourth, up to
Gotcha.
like the first 10 harmonics basically
Yeah.
in the series of whatever it is. Another plugin.
This one's sick. I use this one.
That
all
one's
the time. Their
cool.
convolution's really good.
There's one called M Drum Enhancer, and it literally just has a shit ton of different drum convolution sounds. And you basically, it's like a tail producer, endless tails. You can turn
Ooh.
anything into a
Yes.
drum. It's sick.
Whoa.
So you could,
Oh my god.
yeah,
yes.
it's great. You could just,
That's so weird.
it's like it's a really simple concept. It's all it does is it just layers or throws stuff. Isn't in the free, worth the 84. I can't say the thing I want to say.
Why is it racist?
No, it would break the EULA.
Oh,
It would break what?
There's ways you can get things for free on the internet.
sure.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Sean.
I don't know, Russ. Does it
Try it out.
Yeah, if it has the free trial,
It does have the trial, so
definitely
like
try it out.
I will say
you
for
could just find out.
for the purpose. Now I will say there's some other plugins they have that are maybe worth the money as opposed to these that I'd brought up. M Drum Enhancer might be if you just wait for it to go on sale. To be honest,
They do go on
They
sale
go on sale
quite
often. Just wait
'Cause
for
this
that.
is very
Yeah,
expensive.
don't spend. I'm not going to spend that amount of money on it when it's that price. But some plugins that are totally worth it. There's M Convolution. MB is sick. I know Anoisia uses the shit out of that. M Spectral Delay.
Multi-band
Yeah, dude, I
convolution.
wanted to talk about that
M
one.
Spectral Delay. Now this is a plugin that you don't see anywhere
Hey,
else.
look at that.
No, that actually I don't even care about that window. It's the back side of it.
Yeah, that booty.
No. Next, these are like some presets.
Nope.
Let's keep going.
Nope.
No, these are all presets. This isn't the actual edit panel.
Oh, the tribal though.
That's just
Yeah,
like the
show me
default.
that edit panel.
Show
bro.
me the edit panel, bro.
I swear to God, if
Yeah.
they don't,
I
Are
want
we-
to talk about the edit panel.
now we're gonna lose it.
Oh,
Are
the
we
feds are
in,
coming, dude.
just keep.
The
Let's
feds are coming.
Like, come on.
keep going. Keep
It's
going.
not gonna. Yeah.
I'm trying to just see. I guess I wish that we could just
This
see.
is it.
No,
No.
I wish we could just see the freaking. There it is. Boom.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. This plugin is insane. So what you have?
Yeah.
We did it, guys.
Always 400.
Oh, I forgot about the logo.
Always 400.
Always,
so
dude.
sick.
Nice,
Fucking
nice,
layered
nice, nice.
vocals.
So, what this plugin does, and it's really hard to describe, to be honest. It's way
Yep.
easier to just try the demo of this thing and play with it. But what you do is the transformation section has a bunch of weird formant stuff that you could play with. Honestly, I don't even use it. The whole thing I use this for is I'll put it on full wet or maybe 50 wet, 50 dry.
69.
And
You know.
I'll go to the delay tab. Right now they're on the panorama tab, but I'll go to the
Right.
delay tab, and on that page, what is this going to give us now?
Nah.
Just another skin color.
Yeah. But
Yeah, so you can select the delay tab, and you basically, just like how you could with the M freeform phase, you can choose to delay the signal in a spectral manner. It's so weird. It makes the
so
strangest,
goddamn weird.
bubbly, weird alien sounds that you'll
Yeah.
ever have heard. And I wish I could just show you it.
Right.
But
this was literally my wet dream plugin.
This is
like
yeah,
we were
yeah.
playing with it
with
over
this.
it. Yeah, dude, it was literally everything you did after we had already like set up the sound kind of thing. Everything sounded insane and completely different and
Yeah.
unique.
This
It's like,
this is a plugin that once it goes on sale, like you should just buy it.
yeah.
Like honestly, just don't. We got a ground loop.
Do you guys hear weird noises?
Yeah.
Do you guys hear that fuzzy fuzz?
It's gone now.
It's going now.
Because of literary Jackie sent a
Cool,
400
cool,
into
cool.
chat.
Yeah.
All right, so
We blame you, Jackie.
if I mean we can we can
kidding,
maybe we can play with M spectral delay on the pod some point.
Yeah, next time you're on.
Another
we'll
one.
Buy it.
M Spectral Dynamics is the new OTT, guys.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna say this. It's the new OTT.
You guys want a glimpse into the future
search-
of what
you can just
everyone's
search
going to
the
be
name
using
in
in
the
the next
search bar.
5 years? It's going to be this. It's basically
Keep
cleaner
going, keep
OTT,
going.
and it's the
Spectral Dynamics on the
LE or
web.
not?
Just the first one.
$242.
Wait for it to go on sale. I bought it for like 60,
$9?
something like that. I don't know. But the cool thing about this, oh boy, you're gonna have to go through a bunch of pages, aren't you? It's gonna make you look at all these. Let's just see what happens. Okay, cool, dude. Okay, so what this does, it's all about that analyzer and equalizer section. You can draw your own EQ shape for how the compressor works. And what this is a spectral compressor. Okay, and what that means is it's actually splitting up the signal down to a certain window size based on a Fourier, an FFT transfer process. So what that means is it's basically splitting it into 4,000 or up to like I think 20,000 frequency bands.
so it's a 20,000 band compressor.
Yes,
Is what you're saying.
exactly. And what's really cool is you get a pencil tool and you can draw exactly what the shape should be of how your compressor reacts. That means you could then what's awesome is the ratio can go to infinity, meaning you could turn this into a spectral limiter.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
So knowing that,
Oh, that's really cool.
That's super fucking cool.
yeah, it's crazy. You can basically take any sound.
Have you used it that way
Oh yeah, all the time. I use this on
as a limiter?
I use it as a limiter pretty much all the time. I almost like always turn it to at least like a pretty heavy ratio of some sort because I'm just trying to like it gives you
Flatten.
I'm trying to get certain sounds up while like forcing other things just kind of at the same volume. So
I can hear my CPU groaning already, says
it's
Russ.
not that I don't think it's that honestly I think it's actually super
Efficient?
Yeah.
Just try it
seem
out.
that
I mean,
bad.
most Meldas, actually every Melda
They
I've
run
ever
pretty
used,
well.
They run so light.
Half of it's because
It's
I don't think
incredible.
their UI isn't very complex.
Sure.
Yeah.
And big shout out to whoever codes these fucking plugins because they're so clean. They're
Yeah.
obnoxiously clean.
Dude, yeah, when it comes to the audio at least. The visual
Well, yeah.
sometimes
who
it's kind of
fucking
a
fuck off.
I don't, think
care.
it's that bad.
I don't think
I don't
it's
get
that
it.
bad.
Everyone says that.
I'm
Okay,
okay with it.
I'll prove you wrong.
It's worth
You want to
every-
look up a plugin of theirs that's insane, but also insane.
So,
Okay.
It's got
Like
insane
it's insane
squared.
in a good way, but also insane in a terrible way.
Insane.
No. It's called M Turbo Reverb. M Turbo Reverb.
Oh, fucking turbo! Yeah, I almost forgot.
So all the M Turbo plugins, just so you guys know in case you're wondering what they are, it's basically a plugin that has a shit ton of the thing that it is. So in this
metric
case,
fuck ton.
this plugin, so you see small spaces, there's maybe like how many of those options are there? There's maybe like 20,
I want this.
10, 15.
Oh, okay.
Each
Yeah,
of those
it's
is a
fucking- dude,
different
This is sick. It's
not
really
a diff-
cool.
it's not just one algorithm. Each of those is a series of different algorithms because in the middle you see underneath living room
Sunrise.
those are all additional algorithms that you can flip between. So under small spaces, you have like 10 or 20 algorithms. You got a whole bunch of other ones. Like the creative ones have things like they have like non-linear reverbs, which are crazy. They have super
Yeah.
creative reverbs, which are really awesome. They all do have like a particular color to them. That is
Undead Factory?
I don't know, dude.
Awesome,
This is definitely
dude.
the type of plugin that you want to play with for a while. But here's the thing: there's an expert mode to this plugin.
Yeah.
And now,
Yay.
if you let's
It's
let's
scary,
hit,
though.
Hit,
It's
hit
a
next
lot.
like a whole bunch.
Hang on, let me get to
There's
it.
like some crazy shit.
Yeah, there's 51 pictures here.
Yeah, it's
so.
probably
Let-
way
keep
towards
going.
the
Yeah, it
end.
might be way towards
40,
the end.
40, 45.
Keep going. Spectral
Also,
reverb,
does
like
that say
what?
2D positioning or 3D positioning?
Oh yeah. So here's one of the age.
Yo.
Yeah. So that at the bottom, you can design where the reflections happen.
Really?
It's the
Yeah.
ultimate like reverb.
This thing goes so crazy
creator.
because there's like basically all these algorithms. You can go under the hood and tweak them if you want. And then on top of that, if you can you zoom, let's hold
No,
down Control
you
or
can't.
hold down Windows, and then plus sign,
Oh, the magnifier.
and then once it opens up, there you go. Nope, you gotta minimize, and then you can now that you're in there, you can hold down Control and Alt, and then scroll your mouse.
Cannot read from here.
There you go. See,
The fuck was that?
Oh,
that was just
crazy.
like a speech stuff. So
was
okay,
my
zoom
dad.
out. So we're gonna zoom in on the right
He's far away.
above where the to the right of reflections where it says reflections. Just the options
to the
down
right of
down there.
Oh,
to
I
the
see.
right there. So look at the options they have here.
Randomize.
This is a different section. Never mind. This is a different tab. Go back. Go to another page. Let's just see if we can find it. Because there's some
So
options. Go into that one. What did that say? Because it looked.
I think it was the same. Yeah, it's the same.
Does
still.
it say the same stuff? Okay. Well, there's an entire AI generative. Like you can program your own reverb on top of all this. Like you can type in letters and equations to generate
like
reverbs.
logarithmic
Yes.
equations?
Well, and it has its own programming language. This isn't it. No, yeah, like that. First, there's some section, and it's because of the thing they have selected in the tabs. They have
Sure.
the
The
early
ER1.
yeah. If you didn't have the early reflections selected, if you go to the late reflections tab,
Oh,
that's where these
LRs.
settings are.
Okay.
But yeah, you can literally like they have a programming language for this reverb, and it's like, for example, C1 plus C2 is gonna generate like 2 comb filters. It's really weird. And then you can also there's just different things. So if you wait for that thing to go on sale, it also
Brutal.
will go cheap.
What does LE mean?
Just like it
Light
probably
version.
doesn't let you edit them, I'm guessing, but you can see like look, it says even lets you design your own reverbs. It even has this thing where you can
Limited edition, I guess, would LE would be.
Oh yeah.
there's even a setting in it where you can tell it all the things you
Lame
want.
edition, more
Like you
like.
want things that are like dark. You can say like I want a dark reverb with this and that. By the way, Ben Jordan is the shit. If you guys don't know who that is,
Who
I
makes
don't. Shout out Ben Jordan.
Fucking Bill.
I know. Right.
Melda, I guess. I could just read that in Mr. Bill's
Right,
voice.
exactly.
Yep.
So fucking Australian.
So basically, Melda's the shit. They're
Dude,
killing
Melda
the game.
is the shit.
Leading the charge in next
Yep.
wave synthesis and
So many
just
cool
sound
tools.
play.
And if you guys want to know more about that M Turbo reverb, just check out actually Ben Jordan's YouTube channel.
Okay.
He does a great deep dive on it. It's like a 1 or 2 hour long video, and he just goes into it, and he like tries designing his own reverb and all that stuff.
Super cool.
I would love to nerd out on that.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That sounds like a good time.
If you
Yeah.
guys are into Turbo Penguins, check out Sound Remedy. Shout out to all the G's who understand that. Let's
I
go.
have no idea what that was.
I know.
You're too old.
Also, big
I
shout out
think
to
you're right about that.
400
No,
CTYA
Sound
for the
Remedy
gifted
isn't
sub.
a young boys
Yeah, you got
artist. I wouldn't say.
Gifted sub to. What?
I know you gifted the
it.
sub to me. It's so great.
I didn't choose. It chooses.
Yeah,
who
it
the gift
chooses.
Goes to.
It's got its own
I
brain.
would not have
What do
chosen
we
you.
got? I see a question at reverb.
John.
AI reverb.
AI
about the
reverb,
good
John.
old American reverb.
What
farmer.
about the
What about the good
What?
old American reverb farmer?
fuck the farmers?
Ah,
Honestly, we're all
dang.
doomed. And we talked about AI last time I was on the chat, so
Yeah, we went.
we're not going to go
hard.
into that. We're not
No,
going to go
we-
back into
we
that.
definitely do not.
But
do
we're
that.
all kind of doomed.
We have.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah,
But this episode is doomed.
we'll see.
It is
Yeah,
just
it is
This
quite
is the end of it.
Quite over.
It's over right now.
We went
Yeah.
into overtime.
If
Look
you
at
want
us
to
go.
get DMCA'd, you just play "This Is the End."
Nope, we're not going to do that.
Okay.
Instead, where can people find you?
Oh no, go ahead.
Right now, nowhere. I mean,
Okay.
technically, I have SoundCloud and
Restraint
stuff.
underscore music.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll shout you out. Go give him a follow. Go listen to some.
Yeah, Spotify, Restraint.
That's just like a shout out to like anyone that listens to my music. I promise I'm making new music. I'm in a creative cocoon at this moment.
Didn't you want to address something for your fans?
like
real quick?
some people had a lot of questions. Like I've had a lot of people ask me about Sonic Bloom and like where my name went because I was supposed to be on the Tipper and Friends lineup for the Saturday night show, which was crazy. But I mean, I talked to Dave Veller and
I was
honestly,
like, "Fuck you guys, I'm above you."
I did not
No, I'm
say
sorry.
that. But
That's not true.
I mean, honestly, I told him what was up. Like I'm right now. I'm at a place where I'm having fun writing some new stuff. I'm going through my processes, and honestly, like if you yourself are a producer who have always been, you got your eye on the prize, being you want to go play shows. You want to like beware of the whole concept of playing shows and the. Like it's a very romantic aspect that it seems very attractive to do, but holy shit, it can be so distracting to you, like the love that you may have to make music, and that's like a thing that I've been really leaning into. Is I just want to like enjoy the writing process and not feel like I have this pressure behind me.
Yeah.
So yeah, like if anyone was ever wondering what happened, it's not gone. What's nice is like the Tipper. Like, Dave and Dave both really were respectful of my opinion and kind of like where I'm at right now. And they pretty much left it at like, hit them up whenever we're feeling good. So, yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, often the best artists out there will take good chunks of time between their output.
Yes.
So
taking your time is key.
give the artists their moment to grab a little bit.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of juice.
Yeah, and you're literally like a great example of like, for those artists on there come up, you don't have to take every little like spot or gig somebody throws your
No.
way. You don't have to take the first manager that hits you up kind of thing. Like if you take your time and you trust that like the right things are going to happen, the right people are going to come into your life and they're going to understand if you don't want to play this next show, if
And
you
you'll
need to take a sec.
You'll stand out so much more. Like, it's such a rat race. The whole scene.
is, yeah.
Like everyone is rushing to play Black Box or this next venue or whatever. And the reality is like that stuff isn't going anywhere. But you know what is people's attention. Like let their attention come to you and don't feel like you have to rush out there. Because like I had this time where I was actually being approached by Madison House, who was they were the ones who managed Closey for a period of time. They managed Bass Nectar for a lot of it. They helped put on. They were actually the show throwers for Electric Forest.
Oh wow!
And like it was definitely a temptation to like accept their offers that they were putting my way. But I talked to Jade Cicada about it, and he actually was like, "What are you in a rush for? Like, you got to beware of the gig train, basically." And there's this idea of called the gig train, and it's basically like if you're a hot commodity or a thing that looks attractive to like a bunch of promoters and stuff and agents, it's so easy for them to like get you on a shit ton of festivals really fast. So that's why you should never be in a rush, because like it can happen like that when it wants to happen.
Yep.
But the thing is what that does to you and your mental state and your life. It has much further reaching not benefits, but repercussions like for you in the long run. And that's the thing, is taking your time. Like that's literally why I named myself Restraint, because there's so many things in life that you just should take your time on, and people are constant. Like we live in a world that forgets to. So.
Yep.
We'll leave it right there,
God
folks.
Yeah.
Damn, that was beautiful. But
Thanks
it's
for
true.
swinging by, folks.
It's true, man. And honestly, thank you for saying that, because it feels good to just hear you say that, and I'm sure like other people will appreciate that. So that's cool.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for having me. Love
Love
y'all.
you guys. We'll talk to you soon.